Batman. I am the League of Shadows, and I'm here to put the Ra's al Ghul's destiny. Yes. Mustache twirl. What a piece of shit movie. I mean, come on. That's not fucking Bane. You serious with that shit, Nolan? Come on, you serious? You know, I'm gonna tell it to you straight. I'm gonna tell it to you straight. I think that a lot of, you know, if indeed other movies are considered awful or bad because they don't adhere to the comics or some shit like that, can we not say the same about Nolan's Batman films? You know, I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not gonna waste my time. I wasted my time. I did my time. It's time to move on. I'm like a guy who's worked a job in the grunts level, and then he's been doing that for years, and suddenly they say we need a supervisor, and I'm jumping on that shit. I'm gonna go to the supervisor level because I've been done the stupid stuff. So I'm trying to think of what movies to compare it to in that light. This new dark Batman movie, and the entire trilogy of Nolan's Batman movies. If you're a child, by all means, go gaga over the thing. I watched a lot of crap. In fact, I didn't even think too poorly of Batman and Robin as a kid. You know, when you go online, people fucking tear the movies apart. But as a kid, I enjoyed aspects of it. The thing that really, really angered me was that they completely foobarred Mr. Freeze. How come the cartoon did it better than the movie? How does that make sense? That really hurt me as a child. I was so like, oh yeah, Mr. Freeze in this joint, yo. And I'm enjoying the movie. Things that bother people online, I wasn't bothered by when I was watching it as a kid. And then Mr. Freeze shows up and he's everybody, let's get cool in here. It's time for some ice. Yeah. Hey, stop being so cold. You know, that shit was stupid. Shit was stupid. That's all I'm saying. In any case, yeah. Okay, you look down on a movie like The Hulk, a movie like Superman Returns, or a movie like fucking Punisher or something like that, and yet you hold Batman and the shitty face mask guy and the painted white face nigga as the pinnacle of Batmandom in the cinemas. Shitting me, right? This is where Harry Knowles comes in and writes a fucking, I mean, he just cuts the movie to pieces, which is right in my opinion, because it's always been that way. It's not that, oh, now Nolan's fucked up his Batman series. He's always fucked it up. You know? We have the pinnacle of Batman already. It's called Batman TAS. And to have that and then still make Batman quite shittily, it makes no sense. Realism or not, you just need to continue to do what Batman TAS was doing. You don't have to freaking try to reinvent the wheel here, man. You know? And so many movies, you know, like Spider-Man or whatever, they get it right. The new Spider-Man movie got it right. You know, it's like you're not trying to create. This is about creating a different universe than the one we live in. It's not about trying to bring these superheroes down to our level. And yet, still, there's elements of the film that are pretty straightforward and realistic. So that you go from that to the stuff where he's doing all the Spider-Man stuff, and that adds to your whole conception. It convinces you that what you're seeing is more real to life, rather than everything being stupid and retarded. It's like the difference between term TMNT 1 and TMNT 3. You know, as a kid, you watch TMNT 1 and you're like, wow, this is pretty darn serious and truly realistic. And then you go to TMNT 3 and they're doing stupid ass shit. The costumes are horrible, and the whole tone of the movie is just cartoony because at the time the cartoon was extremely popular. So they basically thought to themselves, "Oh, let's make it like that." And I don't I don't think you have to I don't think you have to limit the possibilities. It's like it's science fiction. The whole point of science fiction is that you are able to see things that could be possible, you know. But yeah, the point is that you taking this like time machine. That's a perfect example. Time travel, it's all concepts. It's all Einstein's theory of relativity, but to be able to see it happening is the whole point of science fiction. You know, you take this idea and you actually implement it. You see what happens. That's the point of all these comic books. They take the science fiction. I totally think of comic books on the same level as I think of any kind of science fiction. It's space opera, not space opera, but space exploration, science fiction. Is that, you know, all of this stuff is in the same boat. So I don't think that there needs to be any kind of like lowering of the level of whatever you want to call it, extraordinary circumstances. It's all about. Batman is an extraordinary science fiction idea of a man in super souped up gear going around swinging around Gotham and beating dudes up, and has his whole thing is that he's not about, to me anyway, all that stuff, the gadgets and the villains with all the crap. He's always been very much Dick Tracy. He's Dick Tracy. He's Dick Tracy with martial arts, and that's the point. Problem is, in Nolan movies, I've watched episodes of CSI that have more detective work and shit than all these goddamn hours worth of superhero movie, and that's why I don't like Nolan's movies. I just don't. Joker was fantastic. The Joker is the only goddamn good thing about this trilogy. Honestly, to me anyway. I'm not gonna tell you what to think. You go on the internet, there's some damn 10-year-old going on the internet to read about Superman and Batman. You're gonna find some fucking 40-year-olds sitting there ready to punch you in the mouth if you dare say word one against their views. So I'm only warning you about that. I got a full face of it when I was going around talking Star Wars in the old days. I gotta say that was like a wake up call. I was in high school doing my high school shit. Went to a place called Jedi.net. It's probably still around. I realize now that I went back to the forum like years later, and it's like nobody. It's like a fucking ghost land down in there now. But back in the day when the prequels were popping, that place was full of awesome stuff. We were having a good time, and the beautiful thing about the inception of the new Star Wars trilogy was that we created a huge community of people. At the time, though, we were just kids, so we didn't know that this would become a phenomenon in the online community, and we had our battles. You know, it's different now because back in my days in the dial-up world, uh, we didn't have this fucking YouTube shit. We didn't have the constant information being fucking thrown at us, so the whole world's changed, and now kids are addicted to the internet like a motherfucker, and I ain't mad at them, but there has to be, I would say, I mean, that's what makes it feel old, is that you got this memory of the time before you could talk to someone right there in the internet who is just some kind of freaking Superman, and he's just gonna, like, you know give you the whole goddamn encyclopedia on something. We didn't have that shit. And fucking dial-up, and you couldn't just, like, porn now is just ridiculous. I had to do some work before I could find any kind of anal sex porn. Now every fucking porn is anal sex. It's like, whoa, that just blows my mind. I mean, shit. I wish this would. It happens so fast. Usually these things take fucking months and years before anything gets out there. And the thing I hate is that I know everything about someone taking a shit right now. It's like, oh, why do I know that? I don't need to know that shit. Keep it to yourself. I'm glad I grew up completely internetless for years, because I can live my life without it. I don't need this piece of shit. You know what I mean? And I would suggest parents these days give their kids a time away from the internet. If they don't, these kids are gonna be so fucked up. Beyond belief, motherfucker. I'm talking. I don't know if gang parents care about their kids. I care about the kids. I know. Have to care, man. Because, like, it's like the difference between, like, learning, fast and learning slow, or learning not at all. You gotta have somebody there who knows what they're talking about, telling you what's the deal with life and shit, or you can figure it out on your own and then take fucking forever for getting anywhere. That's, So I would suggest turn it off. Turn off the computer. Get some pussy. Go get a girlfriend. That's my mistake. I was in high school, 15 years old. There was girls all around. I decided I wanted to do something like talk Star Wars instead of going out and getting some big juicy black girl titties and putting my head in it, and just go, or Spanish girl. I know Spanish girl got big titties. I'm just saying, I made a mistake, and I wish I didn't. And I hope you don't make that mistake, you stupid child. You're gonna fuck your life up if you stay around looking at piece of shit internet all day. This is a piece of shit. All the people on it are pieces of shit. Your life is out here. Here is just little it's garbage. There's titties out here. There's women. There's food and parties. This is good. You know? But not to a kid. A kid lives on this piece of shit all day. So anyway, I created these like Wolverine claws a while back, trying to patent this technology. Oh! I gotta say, I'm gonna have to buy a whole new electric bike now. But I live in a black neighborhood here. This is the Bronx. There's quite a few very I don't know, is it a black thing? It's just a people thing, but certainly because of the types of people that live here, they're very low class, bottom barrel. It stole my bike. $2,000 I spent on it, and I gotta wait till I'm talking to the High Power Cycles people, man. They're hopefully gonna get me a cheaper like components, and then I'm gonna build a bike myself. You know, and then I'm gonna actually, because I just bought on eBay a dual suspension Schwinn 26-inch wheel bike, and I'm gonna actually I'm gonna have that. They actually, my bike I have right now, I locked it up over by the train station so before I go to work, and they couldn't get it off the lock. So what they did was they just kicked or something that kicked they broke my gear shifter. So the gear shift is fucked up. I can't shift no gears, you know. And they obviously they had a hammer or something. They were banging at the lock trying to take it off. I suppose it's really a lot of crackheads around here, and they are adamant, so adamant about getting some kind of high, and the only way to do that is to get something and sell it. And the bike is a very good thing to get and sell. So they try to steal my bike all the time. I used to have a couple of bikes. I had a nice little dual suspension yellow bike. They stole that one. I had a blue bike, stole that one. And now my freaking souped up $2,000 electric bike. They came and fucking stole that shit. So, just a little reality check. All those assholes you know in school and all that shit. You know, I would suggest, for me personally, I'm confident that I'm not gonna end up like that because I am intelligent, not stupid as hell, and yeah, don't fret because if you're a smart kid in school, these jerks that are fucking with you are gonna not go nowhere. That intelligence is gonna be your saving grace. You know, there's people in this world too. Even though I've met, I've met when I went to the military, I met some, you know, supposedly, I don't know whether they're smart or not, but basically, they want to impress upon me that no matter how smart I am, I'm still a piece of shit, black guy, and I'm no fucking good, you know. So it is. I don't know. I can't answer that. The thing they want to do is put you in a corner and make you in a no-win scenario where no matter what you do, you could be as smart as hell, you could be dumb as shit. You're not. Still gonna hate you. But still, I think the lesser of two evils is just to be a smart person and educate yourself and learn languages and possibly an instrument because these people, the way this world works is that, yeah, your skills determine whether you're going to be needed by these industries. And if you have the skills and you're smart, you're going to be alright versus the people out there right now who pretty much just goddamn pieces of shit. You know, it's useless. So those people are nothing. You know what I mean? Shit. Of course, if you're a beautiful person, if you got looks, that's huge too. You know, I'm not that bad looking really, but I have to know I can't. I mean, I ain't that good looking. You know what I mean? So if I was one of them freaking white people, man, I'd be all right, son. Y'all got it good. You know. Anyway, I'm just gonna try to get the claws out here. This thing doesn't have the most, you know, how bad. I really want to create a device that actually works and does this because I've seen that crap in the stores, man. Toys R Us, they have a Wolverine claws there. It's a piece of shit. It's a fucking piece of shit. That's what that is. This is so much more cool, you know? A kid could wear this to school, and if I actually made this out of like flexible metal, you could use this as a weapon. So like some guy's fucking with you and you're trying to eat your lunch in the cafeteria, you snicked out your claws, you say fuck you asshole, kick your ass, yeah, shave with it too. Yeah, man. I'm like, I mean, let's talk about it for a minute. They got the new Wolverine movie coming out, and I'm extremely excited. I mean, I loved that first X-Men movie. I loved the second X-Men movie. I loathed the third X-Men movie. X-Men Origins Wolverine, I bootlegged and was like, anyway, they gotta stop with the you know, shitty filmmaking. They gotta stop with that shit. How come X2 is so good, and then they make X-Men Origins, and it's just like they don't have any kind of nothing to do with each other. They showed Wolverine coming out of the thing. It was beautiful, and in the movie, he comes out of the thing, and it's like a goddamn cartoon. It's like goddamn fucking shit. It's like they put shit all over Wolverine, and he comes out, and he's like, ah, and it's just covered in shit. That was what it was. No, no, it was just a little too PG-13. They're all PG-13. No, really, it was just too tame. I felt that it was too cartoonish. They needed to actually add more grit and realism, whatever the word is, depth. But that was just awful, man. You know, it's just such a crappy. I don't know why they did it like that. I mean, would I see the movie as a 10-year-old and be like, oh, this sucks? No, no, honestly, no. It has a very B movie vibe to it, which I actually like. You know, it's a lot like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. You know, and it still has the great Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, but it's too MTV. It's too sophomoric. It needs it to be far more complex and interesting a film. You know, like a lot of like fucking intelligent, smart X-Men movie. You know, why the hell? It basically, it looked like a toy commercial. It's the difference between the Conan the Barbarian movie and the Conan the Destroyer movie. One was actually good, and the other one was a piece of giant crap. They just threw together like garbage. No, 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 my friend, no, no, no. This next Wolverine movie needs to evoke the qualities of an actual in-depth, complex, and intelligent comic book, or even movie that is just uh, truly a intelligent film that has something to say rather than simply throwing together a bunch of matrixy bullshit. We don't need no more of that shit. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of movies now that I'm an old man. Uh, when you get older, you start to watch more movies that are, something that have more to offer than another stupid, pornographic explosion shit. And I watch quite a few uh, martial arts movies and things like Old Boy. I watched that. Go High. I watched Mission Impossible. I watched one movie that I particularly enjoyed was Rules of Engagement. These are more intellectually engaging films that asks questions about right and wrong, about morality. And I was like, this is quite interesting to me. It was very interesting. You know, so that's what I want to see in the next Wolverine movie. If they're gonna have that, if they, I want all sorts of havoc and slicing and dicing and all that shit, but it has to have a soul and it has to have intelligence. Those are two requirements that this movie has to meet. That other Wolverine movie had, like, it was like a big titty porn star of a movie. I like porn, but I would rather have porn in small doses rather than the entire fucking thing be porn. You know what I mean? Have minute pornography and then in totality of pornography. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, there's a titty right there, and then we get back to the regular movie. I like that. Oh yeah, I watched Basic Instinct. That shit was good. I haven't seen a movie like that quite a bit. That was really good. I mean, it's a movie that's just, it's very, very graphic, very adult film, and yet it has so many complex little interwoven plots and intriguing characters. That's what real filmmaking is. For so long, and I don't have a problem with movies that are just all about being a big circus act full of all sorts of cool visuals, but the movies that are really going to last, stay with you, the ones that have interesting things to say, are ideas, complex ideas about the world. And that's what I like about that shit. And the pussy. That's what I'm saying. If Basic Instinct was just always tits and ass, that movie wouldn't last a minute in my mind. But although it had plenty of titties and ass, I like that I actually found the acting and the intelligence of the story all very, very much, it captures you more so than it's just because it has plenty of ass and titties. So if you like titties and ass, go see that movie. Prometheus. I don't know. I don't really think about movies as deeply as some people do, I guess. I like the movie. It's like a movie you'd see back in the day, man. Blade Runner or some shit like that. He made that movie, of course. Yes, it was good. I liked it. What the fuck's wrong with people? But I don't, I don't, I don't like, think. I know that there's a complaint about the scientists being stupid and stuff like that, but I've seen Star Trek episodes. Fucking, you know, this is a science fiction movie. It's like, oh, you can't really complain about them not doing something normal. They're not in the normal universe and shit, right? I liked it better than that Star Trek movie though. I wish the new Star Trek would take the tone of these the actual good science fiction movies. Why does it have to be MTV pop video? What the fuck? I don't need that shit. I want to see a complex, interesting uh, science fiction film that asks questions about man's place in the universe. And like fucking Next Generation. I was watching a couple episodes of that show. It was really smart stuff. It was really, it was about something. About something. It's not just a bunch of space. battles and lasers and shit. It's about something. It was good. You know, Captain Picard, Wesley Crusher, the rich head guy Worf. There's one episode where he was and he learned a lesson about you know he I liked it. It was good. He he lost he got some injury. He got a head injury, not head injury, but back injury. Something fell on him, and he lost control of his body. And so his tradition is, as a Klingon, once you're capable of, like, if you're seriously injured, you must commit suicide, kill yourself. So that's what he was like thinking about doing the whole episode, and he decides in the end to not do it, for his son. That's actual intelligent writing. God damn it, you don't get that anymore. He breaks tradition, and tradition isn't everything. That's what the episode was saying. And eventually he gets his body back because it's Star Trek. How you gonna have paralysis in a universe like that? I mean, no sense. If you can't get your body to work again, they could probably input cybernetic enhancements nonetheless. We already have something like that going on. I'm just saying shit at my ass, but ultimately, I hope it makes sense because look, things are looking up. I'd say tomorrow. I gotta call High Powered Cycles, get some more information from them regarding the possibility of reducing the cost of the stupid shit that they're selling. I mean, the thing that is, like, hard for me, is most difficult, is getting the battery. If I can get 1,000 watt bike motor online on eBay, but to get a battery for that motherfucker, that's no easy task, my friend. That's what is so very difficult. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I'm working on that. And as far as my life is concerned, there is trouble brewing for me. I am a TSO at LaGuardia Airport, and they do this thing called the PSEs. I don't know if you heard about it. Some sort of test shit. Well, I didn't pass all of them. I passed the portion that is going to be directly involved with my particular position there, but the whole thing I didn't pass. So it's going to be, now it's going to go up to the some higher up, and they're going to decide whether I get to stay or go. Most likely I'm going to be alright, because there's no real problem. I'm certified for what I do. Who cares? So shit, uh, that's it. If I get to keep my job, I'm in good shape. Hopefully. If I lose the job, what I'm gonna do? I'm going back to Delta Airlines. Cause being able to say I'm gonna go to Japan today is a good thing. You know what I mean? I want to go to Japan. I want to get some Japanese pussy. Oh, speaking of which, There's this girl I'm in love with who's working there at LaGuardia. Man, to get with that girl. She got a body on her, man. Kind of body you see on a supermodel and shit. You know what I mean? She's smart too. Speaks Spanish. You know, I speak Spanish too. You know, I can speak Spanish. Pon las maletas aquí. Uh, uh, what else? ¿Qué le pasa? Uh, uh, sí, mm, uh, uh, cuidado, el piso está mojado. You see? You see? I know Spanish. Nah, man. If I could figure out how to speak that language fluently, I'd be in good shape. Yeah. Anyway, she's hot. And she actually likes me, you know? That's the fucked up thing. Most girls don't like me. But this one's different. Yeah. I could just, I mean, we starting something though, you know, it's getting there. Little by little. Little by little. We're getting there. We starting to have a little something going on. You know? She's mad flirty and shit. So I'm considering the possibility of just getting fucking, you know, into a real relationship. You know, that's what I'm talking about. This is the stuff that I missed out on. You know, getting toe to toe with females. That's some good shit. It's not bad at all. You know, one minute you're a kid and girls are stupid, and then you get older and you start noticing they got them big ass titties, and you're like, I see something I like. You know, so, you gotta grow up, man. And if that entails getting some ass, by all means, grow the fuck up. You know what I mean? Cause I ain't got a problem getting married to this chick. Man, wish I could. It's just that girls are stupid as fuck these days, man. What the fuck's wrong with you? You want dick? Then stop being a bitch. What the fuck? It's that simple. It's that simple. You want dick? Stop being a bitch. Instead, you're gonna be like, and then, why can't I get a guy? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that shit. Shut the fuck up. We don't need to hear that shit. You want dick? Shut up. God damn. Spoiled ass bitches, man. That's all it is. They've been raised on all kinds of. The daddy treated them like a princess. Now they expect the whole world to treat them like a princess. Man, I'm about to smack a bitch. Anyway, I ain't gonna say nothing. I like her a lot. I really, really do. She's really pretty. She's got a nice personality too, and smart and all that stuff. She seems like I'm scared though because you know I ain't nobody special. I'm just a nobody, you know. So when she gets to know the real me, it's over after that. You know, last girl I had any kind of serious interaction with, she didn't even. I had to work so hard to get her to stop being a bitch. You know what I mean? When we got to that point, she got to actually know me. And then it was clear we're not getting anywhere. You know what I mean? But she was a bitch at first, and then I said, I got through to that thing, and I made her stop being a bitch. And then after that point, our personalities just went nowhere. We ain't gonna get fucking married and shit. So I'm worried about that. You know, you can be flirty and stuff with a girl in increments, but when it comes to actually getting to know each other intimately, that part is probably going to be bad. You know what I mean? But she's around my age. Probably grew up on the same shit. Personalities. She's a clownish personality like me. She looks like me too, you know. She's basically me with boobs. She's some sort of mix of black and Puerto Rican. That's why she speaks Spanish. She's got big, juicy ass. She probably look damn good naked. God damn. I hope she only. She got a tattoo on her fucking, you know, hand. Not hand, but wrist. Which is bad. I'm very much against tattoos. They look stupid. I don't know why anyone would scar themselves willingly. But that ain't no deal breaker. I mean, one little tattoo. Hopefully she don't got no goddamn tramp stamp and all that shit. I don't know. Saying, trying to get some pussy. That's all. It's crazy out there, man. You know. The saddest thing I've ever witnessed in my life so far has been to go online after, years of like being taught this and that about life, and then seeing women talking about how they have these issues with getting a boyfriend. And you might say to a girl, hey, you could just go up to the guy and ask him out, or then the woman, then you'd say that to any girl online, and she'll go ape shit. That ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna do that. So there you go. All that shit you were taught about equality, no, no. That's why I'm like, to me, I ain't mad at like people who are like truly so very evil, unfair, just don't care about that. It's not a fair world. I don't live in that world, brother. That crap you thought when you were a kid is not true. Are there benefits to being like, let's get this thing situated a little better. I got potato chips. Alright, calm down. Calm down. This video is long because YouTube's for some reason they think that I'm like legitimate like movie creator dude, so they giving me more time. So I'm just bored right now, yo. I'm waiting. I'm waiting till tomorrow. If I gotta get these components so that I can put them into the new bike. Is the screen losing its stuff? So I got into customs and border protection, which is cool and everything, but it ain't gonna make no difference. Working at customs, working at TSA, it's not gonna make no fucking difference. I'm still gonna be like, oh crap, how am I gonna get a girlfriend? You know. But anyway, like I was saying, that is the truth. That you need to get your shit together, man. Not worrying about what some. I mean, I made the dumbest ass of myself by getting too into Superman and Batman for years and years, only now to realize how wrong I was, how stupid it was, you know. So now I'm trying to tell you guys that you're stupid. Yeah, you're gonna find some people out there who are going to try to convince you that you should dedicate yourself to their little debates and shit on Batman's nipples. Yep, you're gonna find shit. There's some fucked up people in this world, man. So don't do that. Just really get a girlfriend. Lick her butthole. You know, get a rag first. Wipe the shit off and just lick her butthole. You know, and fuck her, squeeze her titties, slap her around a little bit, make her know who's the boss. There you go. You, sir, have mastered the universe. The dude who's out there saying, I love Star Wars, you just said that Star Wars isn't good. I hate. No. Honestly, I like every movie. I'm not particular, or not the Spider-Man movies. Those are stupid. But I like to have a good time. I like to just sit and enjoy a film. I don't care about whether it's all that. It doesn't have to be. You know. I think movies is a dying art. It used to be a lot of people used to read. People used to listen to the radio. Those things have gone to the wayside because of cinema, because of television. And now we have video games, and everything movies are trying to do, create an immersive experience where you're really going along for the ride. Games have been doing since PlayStation came out. So I think there's going to be friction between the two in the coming months and years as video games become far more cinematic and realistic. They haven't mastered it yet. They haven't created compelling stories. Those are the things that movies and television still do far better. They're coming along. Soon we're going to have these like very extremely well written video games, and not just shoot, shoot, shoot. But the problem with video games I can see is that they're continually being repetitive. You know, it's just every game is a 3D shooter. Now, I like the games I used to play on Super Nintendo and the N64, where you basically had like more interesting these complex puzzles to solve and meet in levels. A game like Myst or something like that. There's like a ton of games on the original PlayStation when they had like none of the shit that we have now. But those games are really, really, really well made. They're just really smart games. Crash fucking Bandicoot, Crash Team Racing. Now we have every game is Halo, which is cool and everything. Every game is Grand Theft Auto. That's the two main ones. Everything is Halo and everything is Grand Theft Auto. That's crazy. Why can't, why can't, what happened to games that actually, you know, made you spend hours trying to figure out the complexities of the level? It's strange. It's always the same. There were when Mario came out and was popular, then they came out with all these different kinds of platformer games. You know, Street Fighter came out, and Mortal Kombat came out, and came out with like a ton of like fighting games that tried to do the same thing. Now we're in a creative drought. Every game has to be the next big I'm shooting you from with my gun game because Halo did it. That's getting tiresome. I'm bored with that shit. There's so much. I have so many concepts in my head of what a great video game can be. I mean, to the point. I know I'm playing this Kane and Lynch game now. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Is that the game? It's not about trying to create impressive graphics. Because back in the old days, look at Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 1. The reason that game is so great is not because it has best graphics. That's the beautiful thing about it. That game, I played that shit way back in the day, yo. And it was just so beautifully done. It was like polished for a game that was just done on this piece of shit, no graphics whatsoever kind of thing. And it's like the whole game is done from the eye view of a camera hanging on a wall. That's just creative brilliance, man. And there's so much of that going on in that game. You know, a kid can't possibly play that now. He's been played Halo and all that shit. But that's how we had it back in the day. We couldn't do the things we could do now. You had to be creative, come up with something that would actually. Um, and now you play the new Metal Gears, and the fucking thing is that the most fun part of these new Metal Gears is when that they harken back to the old stuff. When you didn't have all this super duper slick CGI going on and shit. And it's just you huddling down in the corner waiting for a guy to walk by, and then you come out, and then you knock him on the head or some shit, and then you just like, that's what's fun to me. Now we just got, I played the new Metal Gear, and it is not as fun as the original. No way. It was kind of stupid. It was just Halo. I like the elements where, okay, there was a whole level in the original Metal Gear Solid where you had to shoot a rocket to control the rocket and go through some room and then blow up some sort of like switch or something. That's what the game was really about. It wasn't about, oh, you got these badass graphics. It was about the little stupid moments. You got, control a remote control rocket, and of course the boss fights and all that stuff. Boss fights were fun. That's what I liked about Metal Gear 4 was the boss fights. At least the one where you're fighting the sniper wolf girl. That was fun. I did not like the story. I had no idea what was going on. It was stupid. I thought they were going to create a more GTA kind of Metal Gear where it had a whole world to explore. That's what they said in the advertisement. You got the whole world to yourself now. Instead, it's basically the same as Metal Gear 3. I know it's not as funny. Metal Gear 3 was hilarious. Metal Gear 4 was just it's run of the mill, really. I'm not gonna. I really liked the portable ops. Now that was fun because they had limitations, so they had to be creative about it. Portable ops was the shit, son. I kind of want to get back on that joint. That was fun. That was a better game than Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Portable Ops, because I like this Pokemon thing. You're collecting soldiers with different attributes. That is fun. What they need to do is, like, the best game out today is Monster Hunter. That is the best game of this era, and it has no shooting, no, um, no GTA type shit. It's just strategy. You have to have the right armor, you have to have the right food and things in your packet, and then you go out and you hunt for monsters. It's cool. That was a great game. If you're smart, you can get that. I saw this. I went to GameStop and I saw this kid buying Lego Batman for $40. He saved up his allowance money for days and bought Lego Batman. I just wanted to kick that kid's ass. I literally felt that way. I felt that way in my head. I want to kick your ass. It's so stupid. $40 is a lot of money to come by, especially at your age. And you're gonna spend it on a game you can't play online. It's gonna be cheaper at some point down the road. I'm thinking that he must have been really, really hyped up for the game, going on the internet and reading about it and Oh yeah, I can't wait to play Lego Batman. And then he spent $40. This is a black kid, so I know he doesn't have the money coming in. He must have saved for fucking months and spent 40. That's full price for the game. That's going to just be a one-shot deal and then be sold for like $10 in a couple months or a year. Oh shit. I'm thinking, dude, there are games in this for like you could buy 3 games with that money that you're gonna play longer and have more fun with. You know, I'm just thinking, stupid. Children, man. Like I'm playing this Cybertron game. I'm pretty sure I'm having more fun than he is playing Lego Batman. Now I ain't mad at him. Back in my day, I went to the Toys R Us and I was like, oh sweet Donkey Kong, you know. So I remember that. That was what it was. You know, you saw Donkey Kong and it was full price. You bought the game, but that was days when we didn't have what we have now, son. You can go on the internet. This PS2 probably not even hooked up to the internet. I don't even know how to do that shit. Oh, that's why I'm telling the truth, man. Just get a used game. Get Street Fighter. Get anything that, you know, save your money. God damn, $40 for Lego Batman. Talking about all these games we got that have multiplayer online, hours and hours of more fun, downloadable content. Uh, hmm. Well, there's your answer to whether those games are gonna sell like hotcakes, though. I mean, you can't even play online with them. That's the real killer. And me personally, I'd be a little smarter about it. Stupid ass children. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Kids these days, man, they gotta learn the truth about video games. That's the damn truth. So, uh, so like, just working on something. I'm playing War for Cybertron. Not War for Cybertron. Fall of Cybertron. The demo. Oh, that's the game. If this kid was smart, he'd get My Nation Racers. You can get that game for cheaper now, maybe for $20, maybe for less. And it has great online play. I love playing online. You listen to these dudes talk shit, and you in the race and you blow them up. It's fun as hell. It's great. You can create your own car. My car looks like a speed racer car. I just put the Mach 5 in there. I'm speed racer. I'm good at it too. I'm just like some levels, man. It's like playing a Super Nintendo game again. Some levels you just want to throw the controller at the screen. Why the fuck they design it like that? It's so stupid. You know. You ever get those moments you playing a video game and it's like, stupid ass game. That's My Nation Races at times. You can't beat what kind of thing that is. Which is like it's like the goddamn Matrix. You go in there, you become a whole different person. You got all these people. But when you start the game, there is no like single player thing. The whole game is this whole point of the game is that you're constantly hooked up to the internet. And if you start the game, you go in, nothing but people in there, random people in the server, just driving around in their little cars. And then you go and you start a race if you want, or you can stay in the main lobby. Trade cars. People have their own creations, and the great thing is that you get rewarded the more people use your creation. That's game changing. This is the future of video gaming right there. a massive multiplayer online community. Hopefully, this stuff works out. But we're talking about creating a society online, but it's just gonna be just like the one we have out here, which is just horrible. We have a horrible society full of all kinds of crappy people doing crappy things to each other and stuff. So let's get to the real deal topic at the moment, and that is the new Superman movie. Hmm? How do you feel about that? I feel like I hope that I wish that it's hard to feel anything. It seems to me they're just going to do a big dumb action movie with Superman in it, and you know that's it. So there you go. Um, Bring it all back. Mm, we need something that brings men to a standard of behavior that is, I don't know, what it once was back in the day, instead of this, you know, my whole position is that we have been inundated with the thoughts and belief systems of women and of homosexuals, and if a man stands up and be's a man in this world today, he gets beat down and crucified. And that's what this new Superman movie needs to celebrate. Celebrates the golden standard of manhood from yesteryear. You know, he's Superman. He's not super fag. He's not Superwoman. He's Superman. And definitely not Superboy. Which is really sad, is that men have been degraded to the point where we're being, you know, expected to be boys forever in a lot of ways. No, a man used to be something bigger than just a boy. And not just physical, but mental and just conceptual. A man. What does that mean? I hope that the film answers that question, because, and it needs to be strong film. It needs to be very smart film. It can't be. It has to be the best. It's a Superman, you know. But and it's not. It's gonna be. We've all we've already borne witness to how absolutely damn near impossible it is to top what Reed, Williams, and Donner accomplished. We've already seen it. Singer went in, head held high, his confidence all the way up there. He's a very smart man, and he thought he could do no wrong. And we saw what happened. Very, very, very good movie at the end of the day. A very bad Superman movie at that too. But I will concede that as a kid, I would not think that way. When you're a child, you're not thinking about, is this wrong? This isn't like the comics. You're thinking about the quality of the film you're watching. Outside of all that, and it was a good movie. I'm not going to say otherwise. But it has to be, to me, a standard of excellence that needs to be adhered to in regards to Superman. You cannot have him fucking leaving behind children, you know? Come on. And you cannot just take bits and pieces from the original films. call it a reboot or a requel. You just can't do that. I'm glad that we're trying to push Superman beyond where he came from originally. We need to push forward, but the problem is we've done that already. We had Lois and Clark, The Adventures of Superman. That was a piece of shit. We had Smallville, and that tried and failed to surpass the Reed film. Smallville, I liked the first couple of seasons. The only goddamn use that show had was the first 3 seasons, and how it really had its own spirit. I love that. Smallville was fun for that little bit. It really had its own little spirit, and then it lost it. Became a big dumb piece of shit show. Like goddamn, a lot of TV shows. That. So what we need to do for the new Superman movie is kind of like what they've done with the new Spider-Man movie. That's a beautiful thing. They took they didn't give a shit what Rami did for the most part. This movie, it's like I liked that I was watching a Spider-Man movie and it was just pure Spider-Man. So, it wasn't the Mopey Maguire series. It was just, let's see Spider-Man doing something and being quippy and awesome, and that's it. That's what I liked about it. You watch the fucking original Spider-Man movies and it's just, I'll never forget with MJ. That's it. That's the whole fucking movie. And then Spider-Man comes in for 5 minutes and then they say, oh, it's a Spider-Man movie. No, stupid shit. Kidding me with that? That's what I liked about that.